What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from SneakerFiles.com, recapping the news, and like always, before I jump into things, greatly appreciate a thumbs up, and if you're new here, subscribe by hitting the button below. I hope you guys enjoyed your weekend, and as for some of the highlights, I gotta talk about the Off-White Jordan brand collaboration that everyone was talking about a few weeks back. Yeah, I'm finally addressing it. I'm talking about what I know, what's considered fake info. That will be at the end of the video, as well as some additional fake information that I've been seeing making the rounds as of late. Now, we also have a small update on the Undefeated Air Jordan 4 collab, and a big update on the Swarovski Air Jordan 1 Low OG collaboration. Now, in this video, there's much more from Jordan Brand and a couple things from Nike. And now, let's get into the news. We have a look at another Nike Air More Uptempo Low dropping during the holiday season. This pair is known as Black and Photon Dust. Now, that, of course, is due to the nickname, which is Black, Photon Dust, and Metallic Silver. Now, in my opinion, I think they did pretty good on the overall look of the Air More Uptempo Low. As you can see, the large Air is slightly modified towards the end, specifically on the R, just because it's in a lower cut build. And so far, we've seen two colorways. We've seen this one and then a triple white one. Now, I kind of hope that we see some OG colorways release in low top form. That would be dope. But for this pair, it comes with black nubuck across the base, and then the large Air is done in white, but there is a reptile-like texture. They also come with the signature perforations on the base, and then we have a jewel swoosh in white on the tongues. Other details includes a visible Air unit and a black rubber outsole. So no specific release date for this pair, but holiday 2024 is when they're expected to drop, and the retail price will be $160. I know a lot of people have been anticipating the release of the Nike Air Tech Challenge 2 Hot Lava. They've been asking when are they going to debut. At the time, all I knew was fall 2024, which we're currently in the fall season as far as releases go, and we now have a release date for this shoe. Now, sometime back we received official photos, so I'll include that here, but the release date is August 30th, and the retail price will be $150. Now, these are labeled a quick strike, which of course means they're on somewhat of the limited side, and not all retailers are going to have them. So that's kind of a letdown because I do know a lot of people want them, including myself. I was kind of hoping to get them in hand to do like a short video on them, but when I asked the people who I asked where I get the shoes to do in-hand reviews of, they said they weren't going to get these. So that's unfortunate, but I may try to just get them somewhere early, somewhere else, and maybe buy them because I want them, and then on top of that, I want to show you guys. But the release date is August 30th, and the retail price will be $150. In multiple previous videos, I talked about the Nike Air DT Max 96 Colorado Away. It was the shoe that came in mostly white and gold, but recently we received a first look at what's being called Colorado Home. And in my opinion, these are nice. This is more my style compared to the Colorado Away, and the official colorway on this shoe is white, black, and Vegas gold. Again, I've talked about these in previous videos, I just didn't know what they were going to look like, but we have our first look here, and we only have the one photo for now, and as you can see, they feature leather throughout. We have white on the base as well as black detailing, and then we have a little bit of gold, which hits the embroidered swoosh on the lateral side. Now, I am curious to see if the other two Nike Air DT Max 96 colorways sell well. Now, I know the model is pretty hyped, but that was the OG colorway. Now we have two new colorways, the Colorado Home and the Colorado Away. They both look great, but again, I kind of am curious to see how well they sell. Hopefully everybody is able to get a pair who wants them, and for this one, they're going to drop on September 16th, and the retail price will be $170. For those who watch my videos and play golf, we have a new Air Jordan 9 Low dropping specifically for golfers, and this pair is known as University Blue. Now for this pair, they feature a white and university blue colorway, and they kind of have a powder blue Air Jordan 9 vibe to them. Now, of course, there's some differences. One of the biggest ones being that it's a low top and they feature spikes on the outsole. But as for the overall look, it does resemble that of the Air Jordan 9 Low. We have white leather on the upper, and then the mudguard, if you look closely, it's like this textured leather. It's kind of like an odd look. And then we have university blue on most of the midsole, tongue branding, liner, 2-3, and globe on the heels. Lastly, we have mostly white on the outsole with spikes, and then university blue on the Jumpman. So if this is a pair you're interested in grabbing, they drop on August 12th, and the retail price will be $230. I went over these images in the August 2024 Air Jordan and Nike release dates video, but I just briefly went over the shoes, just gave the release info, but we now have official images of this shoe, giving us our best look yet. And I'll be honest, this is a shoe I truly believe will be slept on, and down the road people will probably regret not picking them up. Again, that's just my opinion. Maybe I'm a little biased because I do like them a lot. Now, when I initially saw the shoes, I thought they were plain, but as I continue to see new images, they grew on me, like a lot. And the reason they grew on me is just due to the elephant print. So the elephant print being darker, and in these photos and others, it just looks like it's slimmer. The overlay that wraps the toe, that's what makes me like them. It resembles that of the OG. Now, for me, I wish they would put this on the Air Jordan 3 OG black cement, maybe make it a little bit lighter, and then I would be pretty happy with that shoe. I mean, I am happy. I plan on picking up at least one pair, more than likely two. But yeah, I plan on picking these up, not on release date, just because I know people are going to sleep on them and they're going to go on sale, but they're clean. Now, the official colorway is Summit White, Fire Red, Cement Gray, and Black, and they're scheduled to release on August 31st. They will be available in full family sizing, so we have men's priced at $200, grade school will cost $150, preschool is priced at $90, and toddler sizes will cost $75. According to the poll that I posted on my community tab, the Air Jordan 4 White Thunder is the #1 release of August 2024. Now, it seems like a lot of people are excited for this shoe, and again, this is another pair that I did feature in the August 2024 Air Jordan and Nike release dates video, and at the time we did have official images, but again, I just wanted to showcase it in this video, talk about it a little bit more. So for those that don't know, this pair will be a GR. There's going to be tons of pairs available, but there is some hype. I do believe they will sell out online at like Sneakers and a couple places, but I also believe if you go in store, you'll see them sitting. I know for the wet cement Air Jordan 4, all these other people who claim that they're going to sell out, and then they thought it sold out, and then I saw a bunch of videos and posts, I told you so. Well, that's half true. Like, a lot of places online did sell out, but they also restocked multiple times. So it's more like they're giving the impression that they're selling out to give the whole fear of missing out vibe, and then people wanting to actually buy them when they restock. But if you actually go into stores, a lot of them are sitting. So even if you like the Air Jordan 4 wet cement, in my recommendation, I definitely wouldn't pay resale. I haven't checked if they're sitting anywhere online as of now. I know they sold out at a handful of places and then restocked. I don't know if those restocks sold out. I haven't been following that part. But yeah, if you want to buy them, just don't pay resale. This shoe, I wouldn't be surprised if it was the same situation, selling out at Sneakers and a few other places, and then we're going to see continuous restocks. Now, a lot of people like them just due to the fact of them being a simple colorway. We saw the hype for the Nike Dunk Low Panda. People are calling these Panda Thunders, and I don't like that nickname, but everyone's free to call them what they want. I'm just going to say don't pay resale for them. It's not worth it. Now, I don't know if they're going to go on sale. I don't know if that will be the case because, again, there is some hype, but they did make a lot of pairs. So if you really like them, go after them first day. Just don't pay resale. Now, as for the release date, this pair will drop on August 24th, and they will be available in full family sizing. So we have men's priced at $215, grade school will cost $160, preschool will cost $100, and toddler sizes will cost $85. Let me know if you plan on picking these up or passing. So when I get something wrong, I like to apologize because that's the right thing to do. I notice nobody else has apologized for it, but this shoe right here, this is the Maniere Air Jordan 4 collaboration. However, a lot of people were calling them Phantom. Pretty much all of the blogs were calling them Phantom. IG pages, the person who initially leaked them even called them Phantom. And since the Fossil Stone and Phantom colors are very similar, nobody really questioned it. And then I found out recently that these images that everybody has been calling Phantom is actually the Fossil Stone. But first, I would like to apologize for getting it wrong because this is a different shoe. And as you guys know, I like to be transparent. I like to be 100% correct. I don't like to come, with fake news. I don't post that stuff. I don't run with that stuff. And if I do get something wrong, of course, the right thing to do is apologize. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm apologizing for getting it wrong. I do still see a lot of pages that are saying these are the Phantoms, but they're not. They're the Fossil Stone. So basically the same look that we saw and was calling the Phantoms is actually going to be the Fossil Stone. Now, images of the Phantom have yet to leak. So we should be getting those images soon. Now, not only is the look between the two going to be different, but both pairs actually have a different release date. At least for now. It's possible it could change. But the Phantom pair is actually going to release first, and they're going to drop on September 19th. And then we have the Fossil Stone pair, which will be released on September 28th. I have no idea why we have two different release dates about a week apart from each other, but I'm sure that Maniere knows what they're doing. They have a whole idea and a whole rollout in mind. And once I have more details, I'll make sure to fill you guys in on it. Now, as for the retail price, they're going to cost $250 each. Let me know if you plan on picking this pair up or passing. I have another update on the Undefeated Air Jordan 4. Now, this isn't a huge update. I'm sure most of you won't care, but we now have a style code for the shoes. Now, the reason I'm even talking about this is because a lot of people say if there's not a style code, they're not confirmed, which I get where they're coming from. But to be honest, even with the style code, Jordan Brand could still scrap the shoes. A lot of shoes that I've seen had style codes that eventually were scrapped. So since we have the style code, this is a confirmed shoe. Now, I'm hearing a few different things. Unfortunately, I can't talk about it just yet, but that information should be coming out this week. And once I get the okay to talk about it, I'll make sure to let you guys know. Now, since we're talking about the shoe at hand, I just wanted to give a heads up about availability. So when they first dropped, there was roughly 72 pairs available, making them super, super limited. Now, when they do return in 2025, there are going to be a lot more pairs, especially compared to the 72 pairs that initially were released. They'll still be on the limited side, but if we're going to compare to like releases, maybe a Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Low OG Canary, the same amount of numbers that shoe had, or even a J Balvin Air Jordan 3. So will it be a GR? No. But will it be super hard to obtain? Probably, and that's only due to the hype. We all know that the Air Jordan 4 is super hyped, and this collaboration holds a lot of weight. A lot of people like this shoe, including myself. The history that is behind it. This is, in fact, the first collaboration with a boutique that Jordan Brand did. So it's a really dope shoe. The inspiration, the colorway, all of that. It looks great. I think if they release them with the same amount of pairs that the Wet Cement Air Jordan 4 had, I think there's a possibility that they could sell out still. But yeah, just wanted to run down that bit of information. So as for a specific release date, unfortunately, we don't have one, but summer 2025 is when they're expected to drop, which means the release will take place between April and June, and no retail price as of yet, but that should be known very, very soon. All right, so I have a pretty big update for the Swarovski Air Jordan 1. Now, initially when I talked about the shoe, I was told that it was going to be an Air Jordan 1 High OG. However, that isn't going to be the case. Something has changed, and they're going to be the Air Jordan 1 Low OG. Now, as a heads up, I don't know how it's going to look, and what's shown is a mock-up. Now, when I initially had the information and talked about it, I was unaware of the colorway, the style code, the pricing, all that good stuff. I initially expected at minimum $400. Now, I knew it was going to be more than that. I just didn't know how much. But now it is confirmed it's going to be the Air Jordan 1 Low OG. And the colorway for this shoe is Stealth. Now, if that sounds familiar, Z and I, we did a mock-up of what that pair could look like. Now, we didn't know how it was going to look, but we just found out that the Stealth pair is actually going to be the Swarovski Air Jordan 1 Low OG. So expect them to have pretty much a grayed out look. And when I got the list of shoes, especially for the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Stealth, it didn't have pricing. I assumed it was going to be $140 because that's typically what the Air Jordan 1 Low OG retails for. But this is a collab. It's something different. Swarovski is known for their crystals, and the retail prices are elevated by crazy numbers. So the retail price for the Air Jordan 1 Low OG, get this, $1,000. I seen it. It is confirmed. Shout out to Sneaker Market RO. We all collaborated on this information and found out and confirmed that this is going to be the Swarovski. I think the overall look could be dope, but at $1,000, that's too much for me. Maybe some of you guys will like it, enjoy it when we get a first look, and will be willing to pay that $1,000 retail price. But me, I'm going to have to fall back on this one, no matter how they look. And as for a release date, we do have one, but it's possible it could be moved. So May 15th, 2025 is when this pair is expected to release, which is 2 days before the Air Jordan 4 White Cement. Also, all the people who were talking about the White Cement being reimagined, or the people that were reporting on it, I was told that it was not going to be reimagined, it was going to be the OG. And I saw something straight from Jordan Brand, a written description, which now 1000% confirms it's going to be an OG. They know who I'm talking about. But let me know your thoughts on the Swarovski Air Jordan 1 Low OG being at $1,000. You know, I probably should have talked about this a couple weeks back, and the reason I was holding off on talking about it is because I had a lot of information that I needed to leak that was good information, that was valid. Now, some of you who watch other YouTubers, maybe you follow other Instagram and Twitter news accounts, may have seen that the Off-White 10 collection is returning in 2027. Here's the thing with that. Now, before I get too far ahead, this is going to be somewhat of a rant, but it's also going to be some information that I do know about Off-White releases. I'm also going to speak on a few other pieces of news that I've been seeing going around that is also fake news, and I didn't want to give it its own section or clip in the video, so I thought I'd just talk about it here. Now, about 2-3 weeks ago, maybe it was a month ago, there was a tweet that went out that said the Off-White 10 collection could possibly return in 2027 to celebrate the 10th anniversary. Now, when this was talked about, and when individuals even doubled down on this information, they shared an image of the Off-White Air Jordan 4 bread, and that is why I'm using that image in the thumbnail, is because for some reason this news keeps recirculating and I don't know why it keeps popping up. Now, I can guess why, probably just to get clicks and to get some engagement. The people at Off-White, I don't remember exactly who it was, they did an interview with Business Insider, and they confirmed that they still have more releases to come. So to say that, you know, it's breaking news that Off-White has more drops coming with Nike and Jordan Brand really isn't breaking news. But you putting a label or using an image of a shoe that is not going to be released is leading people in the wrong direction. It's misleading at best. Now, is there a possibility in 2027 could return the 10 collection? Sure, I guess it is. But again, that's 3 years from now. Anything could happen from 3 years from now. I can make a guess that the Air Jordan 11 Space Jam will return in 2030. Now, because I put that online and I'm trusted, people are going to believe that. But the fact that you're talking about it so far in advance doesn't make sense to me. You know what this is actually going to do is, and a lot of people have been talking about this, some of you may not know, is that Jordan Brand could come after everybody who leaks info, because they could say that we're using copyrighted materials and stuff like that, and we're getting paid off their name. And you know, with the whole shoe surgeon lawsuit, they actually named renderings in their lawsuit. Now, the thing is that I feel that I'm protected is because by law, there's rules and regulations for news. So since I'm classified as a news source, believe it or not, I'm protected. And I'm also not making money directly from Nike using their copyrighted material. I'm making it indirectly. So for you watching this video, which again, I greatly appreciate you guys watching my videos, I'm making money off advertisements, but I'm not actually selling the product to you. Not this image, of course. You're watching it and I'm getting paid indirectly. But I don't have the money to go against Nike. So if they wanted to sue me, it's like I'm kind of in a pinch here because there's no way I could fight them. So just for the people who are trying to grow an IG page who might be watching my stuff, be careful. You're putting out not only info that's super far in advance and incorrect, you're going to be stirring a pot up that you don't want to stir up. Now, I do have a lot of connections at the brand, but would that save me? At the end of the day, I don't know. I hope I'm okay. But let me get off this because I went off a little bit topic here. What I do want to say is that, yes, I have heard that there are some Off-White Air Jordan releases. Unfortunately, I can't say the models, I can't say the colorways, I can't say anything about it. And the reason for that is I was told not to. As much as I would love to break that news to you guys right here and right now, I also have to be loyal to the people who tell me this information, because if I break their trust, then I no longer get information, plus I can get them in trouble, and that's the last thing I want to do. I don't want to get anybody ever in trouble. That's their livelihood at stake, and I'm not the one to ruin someone's livelihood. I couldn't live with that. I would be pretty upset. So, but what I will say is, how do I say this without giving anything away? One is a hype model, and the other pair will eventually be celebrating an anniversary. So I'm not going to tell you what year, because at the end of the day, if I tell you the year, you're going to guess the model. But what I will do is to make this a little bit fun for everybody. You guys can leave a comment guessing what it is. I'm not going to hint at it or anything because, again, I don't want to get anybody in trouble. But when that information is leaked, or I'm allowed to leak that information, whoever gets it right, I'll give you guys a shout out in that video. I'll put your guys' comment on the screen. So again, yes, there is some talk about some Off-White stuff. There's a strong possibility, but I don't want to say it's confirmed. The models I do know are being talked about, and until, from my sources or there's a style code and everything I can connect it to and confirm, I'm not going to say it's confirmed yet, but there is talk. And please, please, when you report information about Off-White, stop using the Off-White Air Jordan 4 bread. That shoe, I will say, I have not heard anything about them. There's no plans for 2025. I was told no plans for the next several years, and that's as far as they're going. Now, is there a chance they could change their mind? Sure, but I don't know it. Nobody knows it. None of the leakers know it, so none of these people should be posting photos of it talking about Off-White releases from Jordan brand. Very misleading. So now that I got the Off-White stuff out of the way, there was a few pieces of news that I also saw circulating that I confirmed that are not true. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the Nike SB Dunk Low coming to Nike ID. So an account, I'm not trying to do this to call people out to, because I don't have any issues with these people. So if they see this, I just hope that you understand I have a job to do to report on fake information just as well as real information, because people are asking me if it's real or fake. So this account initially posted the news, and I checked with my people that I have, and they said there are no plans, not for spring 2025, and they haven't heard about any upcoming plans at all. And the reason I believe this will never happen, a lot of skate shops, they're not doing well. And when they get a Nike SB Dunk Low, it sells out. People go to them. They might buy some apparel and some other stuff, but these releases help the skate shops a lot. I actually heard that Nike was planning to be in like Zoomies and other places, and these skate shops were upset because these are like big chain stores. It's not helping the small guy. So as much as you and I would probably like a Nike SB Dunk Low ID or a Bayou to be released, that isn't in the works. Now, the second piece of fake information that I want to talk about, and again, no disrespect to the individual who posted it. I don't have any issues with them, but I'm just kind of want to inform everybody because I've been getting a lot of DMs and questions. And that is that the Nike SB Dunk High MF Doom is going to return in 2025. So I checked with some people and they said they haven't heard anything about that. And the likelihood of a Nike SB Dunk High or Low returning is like none. The closest that we've gotten in the past is that Nike SB would take a high and turn it into a low and then retro it and vice versa. Now, could that be a possibility? I guess, but still, there's no information on that yet. And specifically, the post says that this shoe, using this picture, is returning. So what I'm saying is this part of it is not true. I believe they said that the reasoning for them returning is that it will be like a nod to the 5th anniversary of MF Doom passing. Like on paper, that makes sense. Now, could they drop something totally different for MF Doom? There's a possibility, but like always, I'll make sure to let you guys know if there is any news about that. And that's going to do it for this video. Like always, greatly appreciate you guys for watching. If you have a second and haven't done so already, also appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, subscribe by hitting the button below. One more thing, if you haven't done so yet, make sure to turn on the notification bell so you can be alerted every time I drop a new video. Now, on that last segment, I kind of went on a rant. I did something a little bit different. Usually it's just straight news, but it was more me just speaking to you guys and my thoughts about, this information going out. Let me know if you like that style, because I might start including just, the fake sneaker news roundup at the end of the video and let you guys know what I heard about it, what I didn't. If that's something that interests you, let me know down below. Now, this week, I'm going to be dropping multiple shorts as well as at least one more long video, so be on the lookout for that. Now, from this video, let me know what you liked or disliked down in the comment section below. As well, if you have any questions, make sure to leave that down below. Again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to SneakerFiles.com, and if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.